I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here where it is still blue, grey. It's a nice day. It's a nice day. It's going to be very hot here in Tassie. I believe it's going to be hot everywhere in Australia because it's summer. So anyway, there's still the Aries moon happening up until 2:30 when the moon moves into Taurus. And currently, the moon is coming up to conjunct Hygeia. All right, so hopefully, we had that moon Chiron late last night around 9 o'clock. And I hope that, there was some realizations that came to the fore. And now you are in a space where you can feel confident enough to do the things you know you need to do to maintain your mental health and well-being. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Alicia. How are you? So nice to see you both. So yeah, like I said, the moon is conjunct Hygeia. Good morning, Amy. Oh, nice and early for you. 5:30, going to the gym. Legend. I just had my workout with Norm. I am a complete sweaty mess. Good morning, Jane. How are you? How was your workshop on the weekend? I hope it was nice. All right, so hello, Heather. I was wondering whether you guys were like together or just together apart. All right, let me read the words for today because I did tell you yesterday that there was a lot going on and I have now numbered them. All right, so first of all, we have Mercury trine Jupiter. Actually, I'll read the words, I will, because I have incorporated them. All right, so the day starts out with a Mercury trine Jupiter conversation that will likely give you some clarity around something you have been pondering for some time. Now, this is because we do have Mercury in that Aquarian space. Good morning, Karen. Excellent. Oh my God, wait till you, well, I mean, you know all this anyway. Karen is another fellow astrologer. We connected at the conference. We were already connected, but we connected in person. All right, so now with Mercury in Aquarius, it's thinking about all of those future hopes, dreams, visions. How am I going to do it differently? And that trine, which is helpful to Jupiter, which is currently very stationary, still retrograde in Gemini, Mercury's space. All right, so we've been thinking about these wisdom, knowledge, awareness things for a while. We've had this trine earlier, but Mercury was in Sagittarius, and that might have even been twice. Can't remember exactly, but that's okay because it's the past. So we've got this awareness around how we're going to, or wisdom about how we're going to handle things differently. And remember, I was saying that that moon in Aries, which is giving us some bravado and drive and confidence and a bit of battle lust, is coming up to Hygeia, which allows us to make sure that we are servicing ourselves first before we go and give all of our energy to other people. All right, mental health and well-being first. All right, so we've got that. Now, this may fuel the healing that poor Mars is having because he is square Chiron at 1 p.m. All right, so Karen, if you're going to talk to your brother, then around that 1 p.m. time, he might be he might be very reactive to what you're saying. However, it might be a healing crisis that makes him tip over the edge and realize everything. So because the moon will still be in Aries at that time, so very still Mars in Cancer focused. All right. So now when the moon meanders into Taurus at 2:30 p.m., we still have it being ruled by Venus in Pisces. All right. So Venus is currently at 29 degrees 40 seconds of Pisces. So she's looking back at her last transit of Pisces and the culmination of that. Now, I know Venus in Pisces is exalted and it's beautiful and but it's very wishy-washy as well. She's very connected to her spirit. Okay, I'll give her that. She's awesome. She looks fantastic. But I think for what we're going through right now, I think the Venus in Aries energy is going to be so much better for us because we will revisit this space when Venus retrogrades from Aries back into Pisces. So anything that you are dealing with right now, you are more than likely going to revisit another 2 times. Oh, okay, there you go. All right. Texting is still getting that expression out, isn't it, Karen? All right, so yeah, when the moon moves into Taurus at 2:30, we may calm down, but if it's not resolved, then heads up for 6 p.m. when the moon is square Pluto at 6 p.m. All right, so moon in Taurus, which is all about self-worth, comfort, values, personal security, financial security, like all of those things that are valuable to us, all right? That's square to Pluto, which is all about the freedom of expression and doing it differently and die like that old way dying off so that these new ways can come through. All right, so that was that moon square Pluto at 6 p.m. That is number 4 on the thing. So we've got Mercury trine Jupiter, Mars square Pluto, moon moving into Taurus, moon square Pluto at 6 p.m. And then fear not, because if this all sounds a bit much, when Venus moves into Aries, maybe not her favorite place, but some bold energy may be exactly what you need. All right, so that is number 5 when Venus moves into Aries. And of course, number 6. Good morning, Susan. We have Jupiter going direct at 8:40. So that was why that first one, when Mercury trines Jupiter this morning at 9 o'clock, it's extra juicy because Jupiter is stationary, like completely stationary, and just about to, it's just about to do its thing. And it's going to be obviously, it's a big planet and it's one of the, the last planets that we can see with our naked eye, traditional astrologers. But it is still going to be in that 11-degree mark for a little bit because, you can't fucking rush these things. All right, so it's still going to be at 11 degrees all the way up until around the 26th of February. All right, good morning, Julie. Good morning, Sally. All right, so, with that Jupiter stationary but direct, all of these things that we've been thinking about, we're able to have the confidence to try and move those things forward. Good morning, Steph. So there is so much, and by the time Jupiter does start moving onto that next degree, so it's sitting at 11 degrees for a while, Mars is then direct as well. Okay, so Mars is going to station direct on the 24th. And like I said, Jupiter starts to move off that 11-degree mark on the 26th. All right, so by the end of the month, we're going to have everything direct. All right, so we're exiting this retrograde season that we've been having, only to wait a couple of days before Venus goes retrograde. So, this is why this beginning of 2025 has been really interesting for me because, Mars, our drive, energy, and, that vibrancy within us, not just the masculine, not just the male, it's in detriment. It's needing some love and cuddles. And even though it doesn't like it, it still needs that. All right. And so then when Venus goes retrograde in Mars's sign, we've got a very vulnerable Mars, but a very brave Venus. You know what I mean? So Venus is taking on those masculine qualities, and they come with a very tender sense of how we're going to move forward. I suppose the analogy that I just got was a Mars that has been prepared to fight for its country, all right, ancestry, Cancer, family of origin, all right? So Mars is prepared to fight for its country. However, in the last battle, he may have been wounded. So he's going to approach this, forward direction with a little bit more care and caution So I feel like, thank you, Karen. So I feel like Venus going into that space is very wary. She's confident and she's ready to go do the thing, but she's also like, I've been here before. I still have a little bit of a sore shoulder from that time I tried to do the thing. So, but this Venus retrograde is going to be amazing. All right, so why haven't I got it written down? I do have it written down. Do I? No, I don't. All right, anyway, whatever. The fact is, I'm going to be incorporating my second Venus retrograde class into my, I've been telling you that I'm going to be doing in-person classes in Sydney through out of Penrith Mysteries Bookshop, or I'm going to be doing one in the eastern suburbs, but I'm still going to be doing my online coaching. All right. So incorporated in that online coaching is going to be the Venus retrograde class. Now, I had some, we had some amazing breakthroughs in the last class when Venus was retrograde in Leo. So if that's something that you would like to explore, like if you are like myself, like I'm almost, I'm setting off on a individual adventure soon. I'm just about to hit menopause. I've got into this state where I'm like, I need to go and find myself. I need to go on these adventures. I need to be solo. I need to be Aries and go and blah, 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 And so if you are feeling the same type of thing, if you're finding yourself in a situation where you're like, all of the things that I thought I had to do, all right, so there's that conditioning, all right, we've been working a lot on conditioning, especially with Mars in Cancer and all of that Pisces stuff. We are addressing our foundations and our conditioning. So maybe you're finding yourself in a place where you're like, I'm not that person anymore. So, if that's something that you would like to maybe have a look at, reach out and send me a message, or, when I get my act together, I'm going to put some more information out about that. Thank you, Karen. So yeah, there's so much on the horizon, ladies. Honestly, when Venus moves into Aries, you are just going to Venus, Aries. All right, you're going to be like, I've got this. Oh my God, this confidence. Again, with that caveat that Mars is in that place where he's looking at his past, he's conditioning his family of origin, all of those or the nurturing issues, the family issues. And Venus is like, I am more than that. All right, I am way more than that. However, when she goes forward in Aries and she retrogrades back, she's going to realize that the power actually did come from that Pisces place. Right now we might feel like we're drowning in it, and and it's a little bit, we're sort of floating, going, what is this? What is my direction? Maybe something like that. I want to be, but what does that look like? All right. So she goes forward, then she comes back and realizes that that point of power is in the spiritual space that she resides in. So this being the first hit of what you are experiencing now, just something to consider. Not even the fact that I'm telling you I'm going to be doing it in my group, just something for you to realize now, that if you are having these type of Venusian experiences, that you are a little bit like, pay attention to what it is trying to tell you, because you will revisit this again. All right. So especially with, Jupiter rules Pisces. All right. So Pisces is already, we've got that massive conjunction of Saturn, Neptune, North Node, Venus in Pisces now. Once Jupiter goes direct, then all of those planets that are influenced by Jupiter are also going to have a different perspective. So, oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm doing my exams, Karen, so I can lecture. The conference was so inspirational for me that I'm like, I'm going to go back and get my professional certification so that I can lecture at those things, because I've got a lot to say. And I think I don't even know whether it is, menopause or turning 50, but I'm like, I am 100% more believing my worth now. I don't know. See, and here I am going, there's that little inner critic going, damn, that's just ego. And it's like, no, that is, that is 40 years of astrological experience talking. That is not ego. That is not conditioning going, you can't do that. Look, and put this into your perspective, all right? What are the things that you are passionate about that you hear that little inner critic going, you can't do that? You know, have a nice conversation. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you so much. And again, it's not ego. It's, I now realize my worth because my gift, I see that it helps you. You know, I'm just doing my thing, and I have got the most beautiful women here to share my life with, even if we are just online. You know, I value all of you. So, yeah, thank you. Like, look, Sally, Susan, Steph, Karen, Kathy, like, I know you all personally, you know, and this is why it is so valuable that we reach out to our kindred spirits, because it doesn't have to be women, it doesn't have to be men. You know, oh my God, there's so much confusion now on the scale of gender right now. It's ridiculous. You know, you either have a penis or a vagina. What your brain says, completely different thing. All right, so that's just my personal view, and I'm not offending anyone. That's just a fact. All right, what you've got going on in your mind is your own. Back to this. What you have as your life's purpose is a gift that you get to share. So let me draw a card, because that was just a big soapbox right there. All right. There was another one that I was going to say actually. So even just the fact that that moon in Taurus between 2:30 and 7 p.m. is going to be a Pisces flavor, but that moon in Taurus is going to change flavor completely after 7 p.m. So just remember that one, because 6 o'clock is that moon square Pluto, and then 7 o'clock is Venus in Aries. So just pay attention to how the story plays out today, because I just feel like there's a bit of happening. All right, let's draw the card, and then I'm gonna get going. So I do have the Tuesday class on today at 9:30 for anyone that is around and wants to join in. Today we're going to be looking at the ascendant. If the river flows this way, right? This is card number 4. All right, I love it. Let's have a look. Okay. 2, 3, 4. All right. The importance of going with the flow, feeling the sense of being one with the currents of life, and trusting that you will never drown as destiny wants you to go this way. Oh my God, I love these cards. Yes, I do. Oh my God, it's so good. It's taken so much work out of my life, Karen. And Louise, it's not a replay, you're here. All right. The flow state is a way of surrendering and trusting the benevolent forces of life. It's surprising that we don't spend more time here, as it's an amazing creative place to be. Magical and peaceful, yet brimming with potential. Flow is a state that's readily accessible through any activity that captures your effortless focus, such as meditation, dancing, painting, or even taking a shower. Right now, you're being invited and guided to go with the flow and allow the currents of life to move you forward. You don't need to struggle to plan or strategize. This is not about effort. This magical river knows where it's going and where you fit into its plan. Allowing and surrendering is what is called for now. No matter if the water becomes choppy or feels like it's carrying you away, you will not drown. This is one of the most creative, life-enhancing times for you, and all you must do is allow. When your inspired ideas come to the surface, follow along. Whatever is calling for your attention, immerse yourself in it and see where it takes you. If the river flows this way, go with the current, for only the highest good. Just keep doing what you've been doing, weaving your dreams and desires in a graceful rhythm, and all will be well. I love that. I love that so much. So, all right, ladies. Yes, it is. Walking to drop the kids off. Oh, go Amy. All right, amazing. Right, you know what, ladies? Go forth. Go forth and do the things that bring you joy and passion and purpose in life, because that's what it's all about. Look at this. Mercury in Aquarius, trine Jupiter at 9 a.m. So be inspired. Have that knowing and wisdom, and just have the faith, Jupiter, to know that all is going to be well. So, mwah, love to you guys. No, you might have to watch the beginning again, Louise. So, all right, I will see you ladies tomorrow. I hope you have a fabulous day. Mwah.